But this is definitely an intuitive connection and somebody that you feel on a subtle level. You might feel their energy around you. You might just think of them a lot. You might see their name or their birthday or symbolism related to them or that makes you think of them that comes through a lot, because this definitely feels like something where you both are intuitively connected. And I love how like it almost looks like it's going from, just one head to the other. I think you're kind of in this energy of nurturing, of home building. With this abundance card here, I think you are building abundance for yourself, and you've probably been more focused on your career and things like that in general. But I also think that this has been a necessary time for you to kind of go within and like maybe you've been more of a homebody recently, or maybe when it comes to love, you just decided that you don't give a damn. I'll see myself out, but had to do it to him. Even if you think of them dearly, you just don't give a damn. Okay, I'll stop. But with this traveler card here, it actually talks about being able to like transcend time and space and to be able to facilitate communication between those things. So you might be the type of person to have like really vivid dreams or like astral project, because one vibe that I'm getting is that you may pick up on communication from this person even if you haven't met them yet. So it might be extra confusing you why this person is like, why this energy is coming through for you. I definitely think that you've just been focusing on you, focusing on how you can build your own abundance, like renovating your house or like just redecorating in some way. I do feel like you've been in this energy of like things need to change, because with this Death of the Deceitful card, I think you've lost a lot of people recently. Like people have fallen away that just weren't very good for you or that didn't have your best interests at heart. And I think that's definitely been something very difficult for you. So this could definitely be somebody that you're talking to right now. So I just feel like you've just got that vibe of like a true homie, somebody willing to literally put their ass on the line to like help save the people that you care about. I do think that you are just kind of focused on you, what you can take care of, what you need to take care of. I think that one thing that you've been trying to balance or trying to improve is your mindset. Like, I feel like you have just been through so much shit. And with this Death of the Deceitful, a lot of those people are falling away. And I think for you, a lot of those people already have, but it may be more difficult for you because you could be feeling more isolated than usual, or you might be feeling more detached from life than usual because there could have just been a lot of painful events that have happened. And so you're kind of just like hiding away in more of a hermit mode. You're either astral projecting without realizing it, or I feel like it goes both ways, because this is definitely a connection. Because here's what's actually interesting. Because you've been going through these changes and people have been falling away, and you're like over the fake people, over the people that don't want to see you succeed, that don't have your best interests at heart, that don't give you the same love that you give them. They've been falling away, but you may have felt like they were involved in that, or that they might be one of them. But the fact that they're coming through in this reading goes to show that there's something deeper here. Their energy around you and when it comes to you is very, very interesting. But I think that you may have wondered if this person was also somebody who was deceitful or somebody that you couldn't trust. And I think Spirit is saying no. That may have been a deliberate act from Spirit to stop you or your person from relying on them to have physical 3D. They are easily spooked when it comes to you. I don't think they've actually taken a lot of physical action towards you. In fact, you can see like both of you are kind of facing forwards. It's like you both are kind of going about life as business as usual, but then you kind of have in the back of your mind this intuitive connection with this person. They might feel guilty about their lack of action towards this connection in general, but the reason why it's there is because they don't know what to do. They find you very intimidating. It's not that you're physically intimidating, it's your energy, and the energy that exists between the two of you, that's what's really intimidating, and that's what's really uncomfortable for them. And it's hard for them because they are typically somebody who knows what to do. A lot about like wisdom and kind of having the ability to find the answers and being more enlightened. But like with this here, it's like they can't find the answers for what to do here. And so I think that they just really struggle sometimes because they're like, they have no clue what to do towards the situation. And one thing that they don't want to do is mess it up. And so they don't act at all because they're afraid of what might happen. And that might be a source of frustration for you. Like maybe, why can't they be that way with me? Or like, why can't they have that excitement with me? And it's because they're afraid, like straight up, they're afraid of you. Like they feel like a deer in headlights. Like your light is so strong. Like look at that. Like look at how strong your light is. And like they might be aware of like some of the shit you've been through, and they're like, oh shit. The thing that I'm seeing here from Spirit with this love grows love is that the more love you're willing to pour into yourselves and into the idea of this connection happening, the more love there will exist between the two of you naturally. Because this does seem to be more of an intuitive connection, more of a psychic connection, but how things play out in the 3D is more difficult. And so one thing I'm hearing from Spirit is to not judge how this plays out based on actions. You have to do it based on energy. And that's a common misconception when it comes to readings alone, where people will be like, yeah, they say that they feel these things and that's the energy, but they don't do anything. And it's like, well, actions and energy and feelings are two totally different things. And so if you take it in the opposite way, someone not taking action towards you, but you are intuiting and feeling, because with all this water here, it does seem like you pick up intuitively, like, what's going on between you two, obviously, intuition. Their actions are not going to make sense compared to what you're feeling intuitively. And their lack of action straight up comes from fear and from not knowing what to do. And so it's almost like they kind of just distract themselves from it because they're hoping to find an answer. And so I feel like neither of you are really moving towards one another. Neither of you are taking action towards one another, but you still feel one another on an intuitive level, and it's just kind of a thing that's there that neither of you are acting on. So it's interesting that Spirit's coming through with this, because now we have to see if this is the connection that Spirit wants you to know about. What the hell is next? Is something coming up? Is something happening? We will have to see. So it's difficult sometimes to be able to trust what you feel or what you're intuiting. I think the more you have like a connection with yourself and like understand your own abilities, that you're able to recognize the truth of the matter. But I think that if you've been losing a lot of people recently and this person is still coming through and you don't feel like that they are really involved in that deceitful energy, I would say that's probably why Spirit wants them to come through to like make you aware. So that makes sense. And on the back of the deck, we have Justice. So that's a wonderful sign right there. But let's get a little bit deeper by looking at the oracles. So to start, we have Beloved. Oh, shit. Okay, sorry. I'm cussing so much. Just be loose with your tongue, too, if that's okay. We have Beloved. Prepare for your life partner. And the Gate. So this is really beautiful, actually. The interesting thing is that things are changing, but I don't know how. Something big, like something major. Reunification of some kind is what's happening here. Reunification, point blank. One of the things... Oh, okay, Spirit, I've got it. Okay. So, one of the things that's going on here is you both are still in the process of learning how to get out of your own heads when it comes to this connection. There's a need for you both to recognize where you're both maybe being a little stubborn when it comes to communication or when it comes to this connection. Because I do think that Spirit really wants to bring clarity to this situation. And the thing is I think that you both have been going round and round at this point for a little while. You kind of know at this point what, how you both feel about one another. You at least have an idea. But I think like kind of what's happening here is the universe is encouraging not just you, but the both of you to kind of get out of your habits. Like, you both are in this like repetitive energy where you don't really know what to do about this connection, but you don't really want to let go of it. And so it's kind of just like you both feel tied to each other, but you also both feel trapped. Because I do think that whatever this is, this will be a very impactful time for you. But I almost feel like Spirit's going to facilitate it, or Spirit is going to almost like, I keep hearing the word invigorate, but that's not the right word. Spirit's going to make it glaringly obvious, or just so obvious that neither of you can ignore it. But I think it's only going to happen when you both have less on your plate. Because what I'm hearing right now is that you both have too much on your plate to even consider this right now. And that's partially why things aren't moving forward. I feel like this reunification, like nothing is going to be next for you guys until you both feel less afraid to be open. You guys are both definitely cautious around one another. But Spirit is saying there's so much underneath the water here. Like, look how giant that iceberg is. Like, there's so much hidden underneath the surface that you both feel for one another that neither of you are aware of. And Spirit wants to bring justice to this situation. In fact, I think you both might be escaping, using work as a form of escapism, because I think you both kind of feel trapped when it comes to this connection. Like, because I think you guys both want clarity about this connection. And so I think what's coming next for you in this connection is clarity. But the thing is, I don't know when. We have a couple of different timing indicators here. The first one is justice. So this could be Libra season. And I feel like it couldn't be more than 6 months out. But the thing is that it's really all going to depend on how willing you and this person are to be open to one another. And I think Spirit is saying neither of you have the room right now to bring this in, and that's why it's not happening. So I think Spirit is saying gain clarity in your direct like world and direct life when it comes to what you have time for and what you don't. Because I think that what's next for you with this person is the regaining of hope. Feeling like things are finally working out for you. There may be some emotional things that you both need to move on from before you're able to face this. Because we have like